moving on from the sports world, looking at a couple of things that happened last week. Well, we had Trump. I'm going to pull this up here. Basically, Trump signed an executive order involving the creation of a sovereign wealth fund. I thought this was pretty interesting. I thought it might be something interesting to kind of volley back and forth about as far as what it might mean. Well, number one, what is it? And then what it might mean for yes. So why would Trump sign an executive order about the creation of a sovereign wealth fund?
It's the wealthiest country on planet Earth and the most powerful nation the world has ever known. You would think this is something we would already have. But, we talked to some clients recently that brought up, and it starts
future generation.
You're already starting to think about the future, leaving the country better off than you found it. Yep. Benefits from.
You want to get growth.
So the police come, the bomb squads come, they try to account for it. Boom.
I mean, if you look at countries that are doing this currently, Norway being the best example of it, and theirs is mostly provided by oil and gas revenue.
Even though they only use hydroelectric.
Yeah,
because they're smart. They have all these gorges and fords and all these things that they dam up and use hydroelectric on, and they're not worried about the fishes. And and then in turn they have the huge reserves of oil and gas that they sell to people that need that dense energy, and it can be easily transported. Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah, and obviously the scale is different. We're not under the impression that Norway is the exact same as the U.S., but
if they can do it, we
have
can do
to
it.
be. Saudi Arabia has.
You're talking about throwing a Molotov cocktail into the business cycle, and instead of allowing whoever sits at the board of the Federal Reserve to determine what happens in the business cycle vis-a-vis interest rates, which is not a free market approach. They're deciding what happens. Rates should go up. I don't know. Maybe they should go down. With no respect to what happens now, you're having a situation to where if you have a part of the sovereign wealth fund that is continuously purchasing index funds, for instance, now you're creating a stabilizing effect that more properly reflects. I cannot. Is it this monster drink? Is it? I'm getting tongue-tied. That more properly reflects the growth of the economy instead of ups and downs being driven by the Federal Reserve.
Right.
And that's a big deal.
That would have to be revisiting the Federal Reserve's mandate, and I would be interested to see if that's an area that Trump wants to venture into.
But you see, Ron Paul looks like he's going to get his chance.